and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading is going to be a monthly reading for June 2025 for the fire sign Leo. So Leo, hope that you're doing well. Just for the reading today, we're going to be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread. We're going to use the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. If I need to clarify, I will use the Gilded Tarot, Royale, and at the end I will be pulling one additional oracle card from the Soul's Journey deck just for an additional message. And just put those down, they flipped over. Just a reminder, these are general readings. The messages may or may not resonate. If they do, please consider giving the video a thumbs up, possibly subscribing to the channel, and that way you'll be notified every time I post a new reading. But I'd also encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but your moon and rising. Sometimes the messages, for example, if you typically watch your sun sign reading, maybe 1 month, there could be additional messages in one of the other readings for you, or they just might resonate better, during that time period. So do take a look at those. All right, let's get started then, Leo. So the cards that flipped over, we'll take these at the center of the spread. So we have, and didn't see which way they came out, which one came out first. So we'll just kind of look at them together here. But at center of the spread, we have the moon and the Two of Pentacles. So the moon is major arcana. It's number 18 of the major arcana. And the moon is associated with the water sign of Pisces. And it's very much about tapping into sort of that inner knowing, that spiritual knowledge. Intuition is also very much attached to the card, this moon card, because you can see the different phases of the moon here. But also, if you think about what does the moon do? The moon, different than the sun, the moon does not shine its light. It doesn't bring light to a situation. It typically, yes, there is light, but it casts shadows. So there's always sort of doubt or some type of veiled message. So sometimes with the moon, there are hidden messages coming through, hidden things coming to light. You might need to tap into your intuition. So paying attention to those hidden messages that might be coming through, through signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers. So 111, 222, things like that. You're driving around, you see on a license plate the numbers 111, or a combination of numbers like that. You go to the supermarket, on your receipt, same thing, numbers like that. So it's just those little synchronicities that you're being guided to. One, pay attention to what else is going on around you. When those things happen. Pay attention to what you're thinking when those things happen. That's sort of how we get these downloads of information. Also, it might be a good month to keep a dream journal. With the moon, sometimes there are messages coming through at nighttime while we sleep in our dreams. So keeping a dream journal might be beneficial. The Two of Pentacles, it has to do with balance. Obviously, you can see here the woman, she is balancing, juggling the two coins. So sometimes with the Two of Pentacles, it's when it comes out when you're balancing different areas of your life, which, she's doing it quite well here, but it's kind of tricky, it can get tiring. So you might be just like juggling home and work life, juggling, your social with your home life, actually juggling your finances. So, trying to like pay, what am I trying to say? Like holding back on paying one bill so to pay another that's more urgent, that type of thing. But it is a card of balance. Twos typically have to do with choices or balance in the tarot. And so there could be two opportunities for you to make money this month, choosing between two different opportunities. But we'll see how this plays into the rest of the spread. In the deep past, you have the Page of Pentacles. So this could be the offer coming in. So for some of you, you might have already received an offer, a new job offer, or a new offer, like as far as how you earn your finances. That could be why you're juggling with this Two of Pentacles showing up in the middle, right? If you're trying to maybe you're trying to take on new responsibilities from the new job while, still being employed at the previous job, something along those lines. Page of Pentacles can also appear if there's like a sort of a lump sum of money coming in. You could be dealing with a younger earth sign individual as well. So typically this would be a younger Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But it's, news about either a new job, how you make your money, something to do with your finances. Yeah, there's a quick change in the recent past. So again, you might have already had this Page of Pentacles, right, which brought about this swift change, because the Eight of Wands, it can be it's swift communication coming in. The Suit of Wands is fire energy. Obviously, you are a fire sign, Leo, so it has to do with, the work that we do, and then it's our own passion, determination, drive, ambition. It can be creative projects and endeavors. And this 8 in particular, it can be communication. So, if you've applied for the job, or, you're just starting work at a new place, this can be the back and forth, the back and forth with the HR department, signing the contracts, asking for this, sending in the CV, asking for more documents. It's this back and forth. Typically sort of email, text messaging, that type of correspondence. It can also be travel by air. So it could be some type of traveling for you. Movement can also represent moving. So moving somewhere, moving on with this Eight of Wands. But, could also be like an international component with the travel. Might be dealing with people that are at quite a distance from you. This new job opportunity, it might be in a new place, so you'd have to move there, or it might there might be travel to this place for work. You have the Sun, and I did mention with the Moon that it doesn't clarify like the Sun, and then you have the Sun crowning your reading. So the Sun is probably the most positive card in the entire deck, and it is associated with your sign, Leo. So this is you showing up very strongly in the spread. And the Sun is, it's, whatever, and you don't have any negative cards in so far in the spread at all. But, if there were negative cards, when the Sun comes out, it kind of dampens or lessens the severity of the negative cards. But, it's all about good health, vitality. It's just very positive. It shines its light on the situation. So if things have been unclear, the Sun does bring that clarity. It brings abundance. It's a very, very beautiful energy. In the near future, you have the Five of Cups. So this is, Five of Cups can be, it has to do with disappointment. You can see the woman on the card. She's looking, looks like she's very sad, crying, focusing on these 3 cups that have spilled out, that she no longer has, representing a disappointment. So something that has not worked out, whether this is, in a relationship or in a work setting, however it plays out in your, in your particular life. But she's so focused on the 3 of Cups, that what has not worked out in her life, that she's not even paying attention. She doesn't even notice that there are 2 cups right around her head. So the 2 of Cups would be that soulmate connection, right? It's like the Lovers card, the minor arcana version of the Lovers. So there might be something that you could be missing out on. Could be on the romantic front, right? So you could be missing out on a romantic connection, or could be missing out on, something that could bring you great joy, even a partnership, because the 2 of Cups can also be, yes, it obviously can be romantic in nature, right? But it can also be like a partnership, as far as, we can have many types of partnerships. So like a work partnership, partnership with a colleague. So there's a need to focus on the positive and not dwell on the negative when this 5 of Cups comes out. Again, you're showing up very strongly in your own spread here, Leo. So you appear as the King of Wands, obviously fire energy. And this King of Wands, he is, he's a very alluring energy. He's very attractive. He's very good at, if there is a new project or business venture, or, something new that needs to kind of get off the ground, this is definitely the energy that you want, because he has great vision. He's sort of a risk taker. He's not afraid to go off, set off in this new direction. And he has that inner strength and courage and determination to, to make whatever it is that he is setting out to do, a victory. He's good at at startup. So if there's any type of startup business or you're beginning new projects at this time, definitely the energy that you want. In your surroundings, yeah, there's definitely new beginnings coming in. The death card comes out here, use number 13 of the major arcana, associated with the water sign of Scorpio. And, through death comes new life. So it's a change that is brought about by an ending, or, a particular situation or chapter in your life coming to an end, in order to give way to new beginnings. So new things coming in. So could be, a new job that you, again, with this Page of Pentacles in the deep past, it's a brand new cycle, a brand new phase that is coming in for you here. Now you have as your hopes and fears, interesting, you have the unknown card, and the meaning of the card is exactly as the title suggests, right? And for those of you who are not familiar with this particular deck, the Crystal Visions deck has this unknown card as an additional major arcana. So it's sort of it's after the world, it's this additional major arcana. And it just represents that for whatever reason, there are things that are still unknown at this time. And it's interesting because, again, we have reference to the moon, which you have at the center of your spread. The crystal ball, instead of being crystal, it's sort of opaque, right? There's no clarity. Everything is you can see the whole imagery on the card. There's a lot of, there's a candle that's very dimly lit here with the candle in the back. There's moon, so the moonlight, there's shadows. So there's a lot of things still that are either unknown, that might be coming to light. And that's a hope or fear here for you. So, there could be things that you're still unsure of, or you might not have all the information about at this time, that you might be a little sort of concerned about if this is, which could possibly tie to this, the Three Cups there, this disappointment, could be some type of worry about that. And yeah, you have these two cards, which definitely represent movement. You're moving on. Again, this could be actual physically moving somewhere with the Six of Swords. It's the Six of Swords, the Eight of Cups. Those are, the two definite movement cards. There are other cards that represent movement in the tarot, but Six of Swords definitely. In the traditional tarot, it shows a woman in a rowboat, and she's being taken out of the sort of sailing out of choppy waters into calmer waters, representing this, leaving difficult times in the past, leaving things behind, heading in a new direction. Can be also travel. So for some of you, travel, there's travel coming in the month of June, possibly heading into July, so the summer months. This could be travel across water, traveling by water, could be moving somewhere that's by water or over water. Could even be, like I was saying back with this Eight of Wands, an international component to this, so traveling across seas possibly. But even though she's not sure of where she's going, she's focused on this light. You can see that everything around, there's a lot of play on dark and light in the reading here. But there's, dark clouds, and then in the middle, you see this glimmer of hope, this glimmer of light coming through, and she has just dropped the swords, and she's heading in that direction. So, and she's trusting that where she's going is going to bring her greater happiness than what she's leaving behind. Bottom of the deck, we have, the Nine of Cups. This is the minor arcana version of the Star card, the Wish Upon a Star. So wish fulfillment. This is a month, June is a month where you could see your wishes coming true. Obviously, in general readings, whatever your wish, it's going to be very different from wishes of other people, I'm sure. Everybody has their own situation. So this could be a wish relating to your finances, especially with this Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. It could have to, it could be on the work front. For others, this could be with the relationship. This could be, a home, however it plays out in your life. But there is, there's wish fulfillment coming in. And she's made this wish, right? Set her intentions, set it out, let it go out into the universe, and, trusted that the universe would provide. And now, it's that, having that come in here with this Nine of Cups. So wish fulfillment. This is beautiful. I honestly don't feel like I need to clarify. I mean, everything is it's a very positive reading. It's a very clear reading. Let me go ahead and get one additional message here from the Oracle card deck. Let's see how it ties in. So one additional message for Leo. And I'm about halfway through the reading so far for the month, and there are many, many repeating messages, a lot of the same cards. So definitely, I do recommend that you take a look at your other readings, so your moon and rising in addition to your sun, because there do seem to be lots of repeating messages, so there might be additional messages for you in the other readings. All right, let's divide the deck. And you have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. And that is, yeah, that's perfect, right? If we look at the cards at the center of the spread, we were talking about using intuition. Even the colors are very similar, right? Between this intuition and the moon card. And then, the Two of Pentacles. I mean, twos, yes, I did say that, they can represent a need to make a decision. In this case, it's sort of this balancing, but twos, they can, they do have that meaning of choices and choosing between two different things, choosing between two people, two jobs. But you're being guided to use your intuition. Let's read, I'll just read from the guidebook, the full meaning, see if there's anything else in the actual description here. It says, your soul is spirit manifest in this physical dimension. Even though you may feel limited by the constraints of your body, your connection to the infinite wisdom of the universe is always available to you in the form of intuition. You are never alone when making any decision. Spirit only wants the best for you. And by listening to your inner voice, you will always be guided to the proper outcome. All you have to do is ask. The expectation of others is only an illusion. You were not born to listen to fear, you were taught to listen to it. Visualize any decision in your life as a fork in the road. Yeah, and if you think about the two of wands, it didn't come out in your reading, but I'm just thinking the Two of Wands in the tarot, which is a card of decision. That is a crossroads. That is a fork in the road, and is another two. How does your body react when you imagine you travel down each path? At first glance, one path may look easier to traverse, but the destination will cause anxiety and a heavy heart. Another path may be more difficult to walk, but the destination will feel light and calm. When you silence your mind and listen to your intuition, the signpost will always be obvious. Yeah, so definitely. That ties in so well with your reading here. So I love that for you, Leo. So I do hope that the messages have helped. I do hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for the month of June. Bye for now.